Here are some of the ingredients we're going to use this week. It's mostly going to be mozzarella cheese, but I love putting in a habanero and peppers. Bacon is almost always in there. Pepperoni is almost always in there. You can throw in all kinds of cheeses, whatever kind of cheese you like. This week, I am super excited to make one of my holy grails of food, pizza. It is the thing that I love having. I could eat this every day. As always, I can be a little bit verbose, so if you don't want to hear me talk, go right to where we're cooking. Use the chapters below, and you can go right to the end and go to the recipe if you like. And it's not much of a recipe for this thing because this is more like cooking where you could just add in what you want. It's more fun. It's like finger painting. It's not like baking where it's more rigid, more concise. You have to measure things out. It's more like chemistry where everything has to be exactly what you want. One of the great things about this is that it's something that can be carnivore, or you can have it be vegetarian. I don't know if it's vegan. I don't know really what vegan's all about, so I'm not sure if I could say it's vegan. But the cool thing is you can add into this almost anything you want. You can add in your leftovers. It all tastes good. I used to be a normal American. I would gain like 20 pounds or so, maybe 30 pounds, and then I would rocky through it and work out and get rid of it and be okay and be back to normal. And right now I have MS, and when I started with MS I was normal weight and I could do normal things, and slowly through MS I've not been able to exercise, and unfortunately my diet has never been good. I've always eaten what I wanted and had fun eating. It's a very social thing. You go out with friends, you eat, you go out to meet people, you eat, you travel. You want to try the cuisine and see what it's like in that area, and it's like bringing a piece of that into you and experiencing that area. Then my doctor told me that I now have diabetes, and that scared me because my foot was blown up like a freaking football. And you hear all the time about people losing their feet from diabetes or having other major problems with diabetes. I have a hard time moving around as it is. I don't need to like lose a foot and be like more where I can't move around. So I'm gonna keep doing this. This keto diet is a diet where you can have bacon. Come on, what other diets can you have bacon on? This is like perfect. It's like the perfect diet. Bacon. So the first thing I did was I cut out all sugar. Sugar is poison. And the next thing I did after that is I started cutting carbs. I'm trying to do that now. I'm trying to do more keto. I'm thinking about dipping into carnivore. And so far in the last 5 months, I've lost about 40 pounds, which is great. I know I might not look at it, but this is 40 pounds lighter. Okay, so let's start putting these bad boys together. I use these silicone containers, and I'll have a link below on where you can get these. I'm gonna start with some avocado spray. Now it's silicone, so I don't know how important it is that you spray it, but I like to make sure that nothing sticks in there. So now the main ingredient and the thing we're using on the bottom and the top is going to be mozzarella cheese. So we're gonna use a lot of mozzarella in this thing. You wanna coat it just the bottom, and you want to get like a nice little coat on it. I've tried a bunch of different breads for this, and keto bread just doesn't really do it. It's not really the same. I found out using no bread, just using the mozzarella cheese as the layer is awesome. So I'm also going to try making a chicken one too. We'll see where that goes. But for right now, I'm gonna use one of these Mission Zero Carb fajitas. I was using this as a crust. It worked out okay, but to tell you the truth, I like it better with nothing, just with the cheese. It's not bad. I just like it better without it. And let's fill that up with cheese. Get a nice little cheese on the bottom there. The next step is putting sauce in these things. And I use just a sugar-free Italian sauce. This one's Prego, so it's pretty, medium of the line. There are carbs in it, so I don't use a lot. I think each one uses 2 tablespoons. Not that much, just to get a sauce flavor in there. So each one of these, I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons in. So when my kid was little, he would love eating just the crust on the pizza. He hated all the cheese. He hated the toppings. He would make me eat all his toppings. So I would scrape the topping off and then give him the pizza, and just stuff you do as a dad. I always love the topping. So for me, that was perfect. You know, I'm getting the best part of it. Maybe spread it around just a little. Okay, next in is the important stuff, the meats. I put sausage in these, and that's awesome. But I really like bacon. Bacon seems to go good with everything, so I'm putting some bacon into these. As much stuff as you want to put in here is fine. I think you have like 2 inches of thickness that you could fill, and the cheese always, you know, cooks down and narrows out. So that's not something you have to worry about. So when I was in college one time, I wanted to see if I would get sick of pizza. So I ate it every day. And I ate it every day for 1 month. And after about a month, I figured I better stop doing this. It might not be healthy. I stopped on my own. I could have kept doing it. I never got sick of it. Turns out pizza is my love language. Yeah, I'm like Garfield. Now veggies, I like putting everything in. Anything I have in the fridge, anything my wife has of leftovers, like peppers or onions or pretty much any leftover, I'll throw in here because it's all good. Anything goes in these things. It's kind of like an everything pizza. Okay, so the one thing that I put in here that a lot of people might not like is habanero peppers. They are very hot. I get them fresh and then I cut them and I have an old pickle jar, and they're very hot. I love them. I absolutely love them. I can eat them non-stop, but no one else seems to like them. They're a little too hot. And when you're using habaneros, don't touch your eyes. I learned that the hard way. Like, you can make this with any kind of toppings you like. You know, one of my favorite toppings is pineapple and bacon.
I live in New York, so I'm not allowed to order pizza with pineapple and bacon. They'd make me swim with the fishes if they found out. Actually, it's New York, so they'd probably just tax me.
Okay, so before we put the top layer on, I like to put Italian seasoning or oregano or both into these. It makes the house smell amazing. So when you cook with something, you put oregano in it, oh, it just smells great. Go ahead, we're gonna put some on this layer and we're gonna put it in the top layer. And the thing I like about this is because when the cheese melts, it kind of cooks in the oregano and it cooks in the seasoning so that it smells just absolutely amazing. Now, one of the fun things about this is you could use any kind of cheese. It's just, everything goes, there's no rules, anything works. My wife had a party and she had brie left over, and so I used it and it was great. She had some cheese slices. I'm gonna break that up in there, and she made Velveeta. I think she made mac and cheese for my kids or some people. So everything cheese goes. Any cheese you have in the house, throw it in. Okay, so once you're done adding all your insides, once you're done putting in everything you like, you're gonna top it off with some more mozzarella. So just enough so that you can't see the inside anymore. And what's gonna happen is that cheese is gonna melt all in there and melt it all together. It almost ends up being kind of like a deep dish pizza. And then what you wanna do is just a little more oregano. It'll kind of get in the cracks of the cheese so that as it cooks, it's gonna be melting inside the cheese and just absolutely amazing. We're gonna add pepperoni. Gotta have pepperoni on the pizza, right? So we're just gonna add pepperoni. This one, I'm just decorating it and putting it on the top. And I hope you guys love this because this was the first thing that I missed when I went on keto, was pizza. You know, ordering pizza or having a pizza. Kind of made it my mission to go through and find how to get a good pizza that's keto. It took very long. I went through a lot of iterations, a lot of different things. Finally came to the crust of the fajita, and that was really good. And then for some reason I tried one with nothing, and I'm like, this is perfect. I'm gonna put just a little bit more oregano into over the pepperoni, because what happens is the pepperonis cook and they get a little bit of oil, and if you could have the oregano cooking in that oil, it's perfect. I'm gonna just have a little bit of cheese, not a lot, just to go over the pepperoni. Now you wanna preheat your oven to 350. So let's go ahead and we're gonna put this in the oven. I usually leave it in there about 30 minutes and then check on it. If it looks like it's done, then I'll pull it out and let it cool. These are perfect because when they cool, you could freeze them, keep them in your fridge, heat them up in an air fryer or in the oven. It's literally the perfect meal. Okay, so I got this out of the oven. I'm gonna move it to a cooling rack and let it cool for a little while. They're extremely filling, so a lot of times for a meal I'll only eat half, but they're really good. After they cool, you can put them in the fridge. They can become solid. I usually have a problem letting things sit, so I wanna try a piece. So I'm gonna take a piece and see what it's like. So as you can see, they look pretty amazing. It's absolutely cool. It's about lunchtime now, so I'm gonna have a piece. And again, it's really filling, so a lot of times I can only eat about half of one anyway. But put a lot of hot peppers in there, so it's usually very hot. And right now it's warm too, so it should be perfect. It's like the best part of the pizza. It's so good. The oregano's perfect on it. You could also sprinkle a little salt on it if you like salt. Just a little side note about keeping this in the fridge. If you like cold pizza, you will love this. It's like perfect cold pizza. But heat it up, it's amazing. So this is Crustless Pizzas. I hope you guys love this. If you did have fun watching, if you can like that, I'd love seeing likes. If you have anything that you would add, go ahead and let me know what your comments are. Also, whatever kind of toppings you guys love, I'd love to hear about it. Like, I'd love to hear different type of toppings to try in here. So any kind of comment that you want to add for topping wise, that would be perfect. Here's the recipe, and you could change it around, add whatever you like in there. This is a perfect place to pause it and get the recipe and just have it on the screen. Are you ready for dessert? My favorite dessert is actually the peanut butter ice cream. It's just amazing.